The BMW X7 M60i is the kind of vehicle that commands attention as soon as it hits the road. It blends aggressive power with unmatched luxury, making it one of the most desirable super SUVs in the market today. When you think of an SUV that combines top-tier performance with lavish comfort, this is what comes to mind. But there's a catch. For all its stunning features, there are a few hidden drawbacks that you might not know about. So, if you're considering buying one, let's take a closer look at the top 10 things you should know before you commit to this luxury machine. 10. It's expensive. Really expensive. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the price. The BMW X7 M60i is not a cheap car by any stretch of the imagination. With a starting price north of $100,000, you're already looking at a significant investment. And once you start adding optional features and packages, which you'll likely want, that price can easily go over $120,000. While you are getting premium features, a luxury experience, and superior performance, it's important to be fully aware of the cost. Beyond just the initial purchase price, the running costs for insurance, repairs, and maintenance are also on the higher end due to the complex engineering and expensive parts. 9. Fuel economy isn't great. When you think of a high-performance SUV like the BMW X7 M60i, fuel economy isn't the first thing that comes to mind. But it's still an important consideration. Powered by a 4.4 LV8 engine, this SUV churns out an impressive 523 horsepower, delivering exhilarating acceleration and performance. However, that kind of power comes at a price, especially when it comes to fuel consumption. The X7 M60i has an average fuel economy of around 17 miles per gallon, MPG, combined. For a vehicle of this size, it's fairly typical, but it's certainly not great, especially compared to smaller, more fuel-efficient SUVs. If you're someone who plans on driving the X7 frequently or going on long trips, you'll likely find yourself visiting the gas station more often than you'd like. So while the X7 M60i is undeniably thrilling to drive, it's worth considering the cost of fuel over time when making your purchase decision. 8. Not ideal for tight spaces. The BMW X7 M60i is a big vehicle. There's no denying that. With a length of over 17 feet and a width approaching 7 feet, it's designed for those who appreciate space, comfort, and luxury. However, that size can be a challenge in certain situations, especially in tight spaces. Parking in cramped garages or navigating narrow city streets can feel like a hassle. Even though the X7 is equipped with parking sensors and cameras to assist with parking, these tools can only do so much. You might find yourself spending extra time trying to fit into tight spots or avoiding congested areas altogether. Additionally, sharp turns and narrow lanes can feel cumbersome when you're driving this full-sized SUV. If you often find yourself in tight spaces, or you live in a city with limited parking, the size of the X7 M60i could be more of a burden than a luxury. 7. Technology can be overwhelming. BMW's iDrive system is one of the most advanced infotainment systems on the market, and it's certainly impressive. But with so many features and settings, it can also be a little overwhelming at times. For example, controlling the climate, entertainment, navigation, and even adjusting seat positions can all be done via the iDrive system. While the touchscreen and the rotary dial on the center console make it intuitive, there's still a lot to learn. The complexity of the system could be a turnoff for people who prefer a simpler interface or who don't want to spend time fiddling with menus while driving. 6. Cargo space isn't the best. While the BMW X7 M60i is designed to be a family-friendly vehicle with 3 rows of seating, the cargo space might leave you wanting more. Even with all the seats down, the X7 offers about 90 cubic feet of storage space. That sounds like a lot, but when compared to other full-size SUVs in the same category, it's on the smaller side. If you regularly haul large items or need tons of luggage space for road trips, you might find the X7 a little lacking. The third row, while comfortable for kids or short trips, also takes up a significant portion of the available cargo room. 5. Not the smoothest ride at low speeds. The BMW X7 M60i is equipped with an air suspension system that's designed to smooth out bumps and provide a comfortable ride, even on rough roads. However, while it's incredibly smooth at higher speeds, the ride can feel a bit stiff and jarring at lower speeds. This is especially true on uneven city roads or when crawling through traffic. It's not necessarily uncomfortable, but it's something you might notice, especially if you're used to the buttery smooth ride that some other luxury SUVs offer. 4. It's not the most practical family SUV. While the BMW X7 M60i can comfortably seat up to 7 passengers with its optional third-row seating, it's not the most practical family SUV out there. The second-row seats are spacious, but getting into the third row requires a bit of a climb, and the space back there is best suited for kids or smaller adults on short trips. For longer journeys, it might feel cramped, especially if the second-row passengers are taller. Additionally, the X7 doesn't have as many family-friendly features as some other SUVs, like built-in rear-seat entertainment systems or more practical storage options for gear and toys. 3. Luxury features. Come with complexity. As you would expect from a high-end luxury SUV, the BMW X7 M60i is packed with premium features, from heated and cooled seats to a panoramic sunroof and advanced driver assistance systems. However, some of these features can be more complicated than they need to be. For instance, the massaging seats, while luxurious, can take some time to figure out, and the gesture controls, which allow you to control certain features with hand movements, can feel a little gimmicky. While these features are fun and futuristic, they aren't always the most intuitive, and they can detract from the overall experience of driving a vehicle that's supposed to make your life easier. 2. Expensive maintenance costs. While BMW vehicles are generally known for their durability, the X7 M60i is still an expensive vehicle to maintain. Regular maintenance, such as oil changes and brake pads, can set you back more than with non-luxury vehicles. But it's the larger repairs that will really hurt your wallet. With a high-tech engine and advanced suspension systems, you can expect higher than average repair bills. Additionally, the cost of replacement parts is significantly more expensive than what you'd pay for a non-luxury SUV. So it's important to factor in these long-term costs if you're planning on keeping the X7 for a while. 1. Handling isn't as sporty as expected for an SUV that's marketed as the ultimate in performance. The BMW X7 M60i's handling might not quite live up to expectations. Despite its powerful V8 engine and dynamic driving modes, it can still feel a bit sluggish when compared to smaller, more agile performance SUVs or even BMW's own sports sedans. The sheer size and weight of the X7 mean that while it's still capable of delivering a thrilling ride, it doesn't have that same nimble, responsive feel that some buyers might expect. If you're someone who enjoys tight cornering and spirited driving, this could be a deal breaker. So there you have it, the top 10 hidden drawbacks of the BMW X7 M60i. While it's undeniably an impressive vehicle with a ton of luxury features and performance chops, it's not without its flaws. From the steep price tag to the complex technology and less than perfect handling, there are a few things you should consider before taking the plunge. But if you're okay with the trade-offs and you're looking for an SUV that combines comfort, power, and style, the X7 M60i is still one of the best in its class. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.